All right, everybody, welcome to the chat. Friends, Romans, and Patriots, lend me your ears and strap on your tinfoil hats, because it is goddamn motherfucking time for the Gay Frog Chat. Gay Frog Chat is brought to you by Sorry Bout Your Ballz, Bro Productions, in association with Never Enough... What is your thing called? You don't have a thing.
What?
In association with Never Enough Ammo's Anus, and a theater near you. Anyway... tonight, I thought we'd be talking about a little bit of some groomer action going on. You see all these people arguing for the fucking anti-gay bill or whatever the fuck they're calling it, the Don't Say Gay bill?
Yep.
They just need to be explained what the bill actually is because they've been misinformed. And then after you've explained to them what the bill is, you give them an opportunity to look it up and confirm it or whatever. If they continue to defend it, they are fucking pieces of shit that want teachers to indoctrinate your children into a fucking... I don't even know what you call it. The gay agenda? I don't know what it is, dude. Is that it? Is that what that is?
It is the gay agenda.
And then to all the people out there who are like, well, that's just stupid, Honda. There is no such thing as that. Okay, fine. Like, maybe there's not. Maybe you're right, but do you remember that it was like the San Francisco Philharmonic or whatever, like fucking had that song about like we are actually indoctrinating your children, ha 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 ha, like that song that they did?
I remember.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It always seems like things go like they go along and they're like, oh no, yeah, that's not a slippery slope. You're wrong. That's not what's actually going on. No, that's not right. No. Oh, actually, yeah, we've been doing that all along. Now that we've got the majority of people behind us, it's actually what we were doing the whole fucking time, and we've been lying about it since fucking day one when you asked about it. But fuck you, you were wrong now, so fuck you. Anyways. Do you want teachers teaching your children about fucking homosexual and straight relationships? I don't even want them teaching my high school kids about that. My junior high kid, you know? Like, there's plenty of fucking resources for information out there in the world today. You can pretty much go anywhere you fucking want and find any information you want to if there's something you're fucking confused about or you want to know more about. You don't have to fucking inject this shit into the fucking schools. You don't have to target parents with the fucking power of the government for questioning what their teachers are doing. We lended the teachers the right to teach our students. We have that right as parents, not the teachers. The teachers have kids for 1 fucking year. You have them for till you fucking die. Hopefully a long time. Right? And like they fucking think their opinion or their fucking thought on the situation takes precedent over the fucking parent? Hell fucking no, it doesn't.
But that's exactly what they think. They think you're too stupid to be in control of your children.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to say that they're wanting to basically take that right away from you, and they teach your children. You don't have the right to teach them.
I support the current thing.
Well, I mean, there's probably some well-meaning teachers out there who are just fucking propagandized or whatever. And if they could come around, like, maybe I would trust them more. But I don't fucking trust the schools anymore, man. I'm thinking about taking my kids out of fucking public school and being like, we'll do some neighborhood thing, you know, like there's internet stuff we can do maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out so you can pass your tests and you can just go on to making money or doing whatever you want to do. I almost view school as like a form of torture. You know? Like, did you guys ever have fun in school?
No.
Not ever, but was
Well,
like,
yes.
did you think that school was fun, I guess?
No.
At points.
Sometimes.
When I was at ROTC, yes, that was the only fun part. Other than that,
I thought there were fun things that occasionally happened at school, usually having nothing to do with the curriculum or my teachers.
Right. Like the fun things that happened at school were a result of the social interaction that you had with people who were your age. Not as a result of the curriculum or the, you know, like the science experiment that you do in physics class. Oh, it's so cool. Like, no, I mean, there was a few cool things that happened, I guess, throughout school. I got to learn how to like throw pottery on a wheel and like throw it in a kiln and fucking, do all this different stuff, which was pretty fun and useful, I guess, if I had a kiln and a pottery wheel still. Anyway, I digress.
ROTC band and science class was the fun part. Like as far as classes are concerned, for me, it was band, ROTC, and science class. Other than that,
But I feel like school was different back then in a lot of ways too, though. Like I remember, for instance, I can't remember the name of the class. It was like social studies, something or other, right? Teacher's name was Mr. Arguello. And he was very adamant about keeping the powers of the government in check through the First Amendment and the other amendments. And he never explicitly talked about the Second Amendment because he was a teacher, I think, so like that's maybe a little bit verboten when you're teaching. But he did explicitly teach us about Executive Order 9066, the internment of all Japanese Americans, and how that was a completely unconstitutional overreaction to an external threat at that time that generations of people have suffered for. And like, it wasn't much different. It was different, but it wasn't much different than the Nazi concentration camps. And it happened in America. And there's a fucking camp right up the road that we can drive to. Like, we'll take a field trip there. Check it out, Man, you guys are talkative today.
Sorry, I'm refinishing a stock. But I'm here, and I'm listening, and I'm involved, and I love you, and it's okay. You're okay.
I like all of those things. What stock are you refinishing?
I'm doing the one you got, the 20 gauge. Yeah. I had to go back, and the glue I used to fill in that one screw hole just wasn't good enough, so bust out the JB Weld, and we're filling in that hole with a little bit of JB Weld, so I did some sanding and some filing and JB welding and doing some stuff, and now I'm having to refinish. I was going to just refinish this little area of the stock, even though you really don't see it because there's a screw and a plate there. But I'm like, fuck it, let me just refinish it anyway. And then when I'm doing it, I was like, fuck it, let me put another coat of True Oil on the stock while I'm doing this anyway, instead of just refinishing one little part. So that's what I'm doing.
Did you cut down the barrel too?
I decided not to. I decided with the Verichoke and everything on it that I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I already did the double barrel, got that chopped down, and I'm loving it. And I think this one, I did a trigger job to it. Still has a fucking god awful trigger, but it's twice as good as it was, which isn't saying much. But it's a cool gun. It's a cool little gun. It's a little Mossberg 385 KB from I think the late 70s or late 60s, early 70s, and it'd be a cool little gun. So I think I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, maybe I'll chop it down at some point, but at the moment, no, I'm just leaving it on there with the full barrel and the Verichoke and all that shit.
I still think you should chop it at an angle so the end of the barrel's like a big fucking bayonet knife. I think that'd be cool.
So what's the length of your bicock?
And this is why I'm refinishing it, and I didn't send it to you to do it.
I mean, maybe I should have bought it for myself, refinished it, and then sent it to you. Here's your present gun. It's yours.
Then I had way, way more work to do to it.
Daniel dropped in $2. Thank you, sir. It says, order your 80%ers tonight if you want them banned tomorrow. Is that true?
Okay, so
Yeah,
there's
Biden's
been
supposed to be doing
talk,
something tomorrow.
but we don't know exactly what. So, yeah, we'll find out tomorrow.
I've never done an 80%er. I don't know what any of that's about.
here we go.
No, you should just use the ATF.
But what about your COVID-15 pistol that you have the 80%er on that has no serial number on it, Honda?
Oh, the one that I lost in the skiing boating accident while I was skydiving?
No, the one you just showed me the other day. I just saw it. You just had it.
You did not see it the other day because obviously I lost it days ago.
Just don't bake your frame in the oven, Honda.
I'm pretty sure I saw it. So
Yeah, I was re-Cerakoting it and I put it in the oven and I melted all of the plastique.
But it didn't have any plastic on it, Honda. How could that happen?
Because magic. I don't. Fuck you is why. God damn it. You're a you're a pole smoking fucking son of a bitch. Josh Taylor dropped in $5 and said, "Turn your kids into traders, make money off the stock market, and fund a place in the middle of Texas."
Okay,
I mean,
let's do it. I'm down.
I'm down.
Until Texas turns blue, then I don't know what you're gonna do then.
Bite your tongue, Leo.
We were actually just talking about that. There's there for the first time, the district I live in, which is the 34th district of Texas, for the very first time since it has been a district, we actually have a Republican challenger that is polling better than the Democrat. So just throwing that out there.
Your fucking Democrats down there, like the border Democrats who get elected, are fucking weird.
Yeah,
they're not actually
like
Democrats.
fucking. They're all fucking Catholic, pro-gun, fucking anti-abortion Democrat. The only reason they're Democrats is because of welfare programs and the border. That's it.
Yeah, but a lot of them are like pro-border enforcement and shit like that. Versus Democrats are like, I don't really care.
No, they want border enforcement, but they want pathways to citizenship and the dreamer shit. You know what I mean? So it's weird. They're honestly, they're not really Democrats. I don't know why they vote Democrat, but whatever.
Dude, if we could like seal up the border and stop people from coming over illegally, I would be okay with having a pathway to citizenship for the people who are already here, right?
Oh, I would too.
Like, you're already here. I'm not going to say like, hey, we should deport everybody who's here illegally, because that's fucking ridiculous at this point, right? But there also has to be like some fucking hoops or something you got to jump through now that you're here and you did it illegally, and we know you did it illegally, and we know you're fucking here. You don't have all the benefits, like, and that sucks for you. So why don't we give you something you can do to fix that? That's kind of a pain in the ass, and you got to like, I don't even know what it would be, like some history test or something. Like, that's bullshit. Like, that doesn't really make you an American, does it?
Well, for me, like, I've known people who've done the shit legally. Just being down here, I've known several people that have done it legally. And I will say, and I've said this before, the process with which to get vetted, in my opinion, is ridiculous in the United States. There are, people talk about how much harder it is to get into other countries and to become citizens in other countries and things like that. And there is truth to that, and there is not truth to that. The truth to that is, whether it's Canada or France or wherever, right? Like, if you go somewhere else, there's a lot of requirements that they have where you have to like prove you have some value to their society, i.e. you have a college education or you have work experience in certain fields that they might be looking for, or whatever it is, right? Like, you have to be able to prove that when you go to these other countries, you're going to be able to get a job and do things, which is a requirement that the United States doesn't have. But one thing that the United States does is make it to where it takes years and tens of thousands of dollars sometimes to become a citizen, even when you do everything right. I've known
I don't agree with the process.
15 fucking years. And they spent over $10,000 when they were doing everything right. They had a job. They paid their taxes. They had insurance in every fucking way they need. Like, they did everything right, and they were productive and everything. And it still bilked them dry for over a decade.
Well, part of the reason, and I'm not giving the government an excuse, so don't get me wrong on this, but part of the reason why that is the way it is because there's so many people in the system. Like, the system is overwhelmed with applicants, I'm assuming. I don't really know. I don't work for them, but with that many people, it stands to reason that that's true,
But the country's racist, so I don't think that's true.
Well, I mean, we're the
This
first
country is so racist, so
we're the first country in history, as far as I can remember. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Since Rome, that will let people into the country and then be like, "You're an American now." And I guess other countries do that to some extent, but not to like the extent that America has traditionally, And we've just continued to do that. And the number of people we bring into the country legally every year is fucking astounding, let alone the number of illegal immigrants that come over the border. Gun Library Garrett says, Hate it when I accidentally melt in the oven.
Yeah, that sucks.
Did you do that too? I think I remember something about Gun Library Garrett putting something in the oven. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I don't know. Of course, Mark Malone says that. Of course you would. Of course you would. Jesus Christ.
By the way, Corey, we have to talk about something here real quick. Why did you go on Yankees chat and ask him about that Savage Axis?
Just to see what the fuck he'd say.
He doesn't know dick about rifles. You know this, right?
I know.
If it doesn't have a lever on it, he doesn't know dick about it.
Did you hear how after he answered it?
Yeah, he's like, get it, and then let me know if it's any good.
Yeah, and then lever action this, lever action that. Fucking idiot.
And then he immediately starts talking about lever actions. He like completely glosses over everything. I was like, fucking hell.
We should do like a some sort of contest since we all have bolt action like hunting guns. Like mine's in 308. Yours is in 30-06, right, Matt?
Well, one of them, yes. Here, look. This is my Savage Axis. There, Corey.
It's nice.
I like
so
it.
Now I will say mine has a Boyd stock. I bought a Boyd stock for it, and then it's got the Weaver Caspa series scope. The Axis 2, which is what you're looking at, has the very, very nice Savage AccuTrigger, which is a very nice trigger.
Now, do they make that same model in a left-handed version?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I saw one that was chambered in 308 that was left-handed, but I haven't seen one that was 30-06.
I forgot that you were both red-headed and left-handed.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm technically ambidextrous, but
were you also adopted?
Oh Lord,
no.
Anyway, I do recommend the Boyd stock as a nice upgrade because that cheap, shitty fucking plastic stock that comes on these things is dog shit. It really is. Like, and having a good, solid stock is going to up your accuracy at least a little bit, depending on what you're shooting at and what distance you're shooting at. Because that stock is like just a hollow piece of plastic shit. So I don't know what these stocks cost now. When I bought mine, it was $99. But
they're like double that, dude. They're like 180.
Yeah, they've gone up a bit, I'm sure. But they're very nice guns. This is a very nice gun. So
what I was gonna say though is we should each get our hunting rifles, take them out to 100-yard range, and shoot the best 5-shot group we can each shoot, and then we'll post our results on a chat or something.
Just don't let Matt adjust the scope.
Oh, it's magic. Here's the 308. But look at that. Look, I got the leather butt stock.
Ooh. Ah, that looks nice with the fucking better scope on it too.
Yep.
Well, now I want a bolt action. So.
Yeah, without that fucking.
I want to hold my bolt action. God damn it, man!
Without this fucking redonkulously huge bullshit NC Star scope with like a normal size scope on it, it looks way, way better.
It looks like you refinished that part of the bolt that they grinded down.
I did. I reblued that part because it was fucking annoying me that the rest of the gun looked so good. And that part was fucked up, so I reblued that section right there.
Well, I have to take this out to get to it, so I thought I'd show you this. Hold on. I turn on the camera and change it to me. All right, look.
Here we go.
With a bayonet.
Bayonet?
Yeah, it's a bayonet. Don't fucking drop
We
it.
like to party. We like to party.
How's that?
That's like a glove.
I mean, it's
Would
weird
look
with
better
a
on
joke
the
with a
point,
bayonet, but still, it's. I like it.
It looks cool, but it's redonk.
It is redonk. I kind of like redonk sometimes, you know.
Here, Corey, do you want to? Since you got your 12 gauge double barrel too, so we got you saw this, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look.
I like that.
That's nice. Leather. Nice leather. Found them on Amazon. Found both of them on Amazon they're like $27. And they're, I mean, they're they're like one size fits all kind of thing. So you got to like mess with it a little bit, and it comes with these straps. You got to strap tie down and stuff. But
Put it in the side chat.
okay, yeah. But,
What's the length of your bicock now?
It's like 18 and a quarter. I cut it down to 18 and a half and then proceeded to hand file to straighten everything up. And I probably took about a quarter inch off hand filing it. So it's probably about 18 and a quarter. So
yeah, I've got to file down the end of my barrels because it looked like someone had dropped it on the barrel and it's kind of sharp at the tip.
Yeah. Yeah, I busted out the hand files and took care after I hacksawed it off. But I think it came out nice. I like it.
That, and I got to refinish the buttstock because it looked like someone had something fucking sticky all over it. Like there was like a sticker or something on there.
They jizzed on it.
Yeah, that too.
But now my bicock is the nicest bicock out of all of ours. Isn't that right, Honda?
Oh, do I have to get my bicock now so we can
Get your
pull out our
bicock out. I
box?
bet you my bicock looks better than your bicock.
All right, well, hold on. Let me do super chats.
Let's
first.
measure bicocks.
Let me do super chats first. Then I will pull out my bicock.
Then pull out your bicock.
We will put them.
Pull
side
out
by
the
side.
bicock.
Daniel says 1,200 degrees to melt aluminum in the oven. I don't think my oven gets that hot. I think it's like 500 or 600 is the hottest it gets. I don't know. What does a regular oven get to?
Around 5. Give or
Yeah,
take.
not 12. Jesus.
No.
What kind
He
of
also
oven he got?
says- Oh, sorry.
Doctor said what kind of oven he has.
The kind with the. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that sentence. Daniel says
The kind we put the juice in.
microwave and vodka can melt steel beams, though. Yes, of
It's
course.
true.
Of course.
They
That's
can.
how it
And
happens.
also because of the glass building, when the sun with the extreme heat, when the fire warped the glass on the side of the building into like a magnifying shape, and then
Yeah.
the sun was able to focus on the beams and melt the beams the way you burn ants with a magnifying glass.
Yeah, that's exact. I think the combination of those two things
That's right.
would take down any building.
And
really.
plus, all the microwaves got fucked up in the fires, and so they were all like working without the doors being closed, and so it was just radiating, melting microwaves into the building at the same
right,
time.
but that's why they had to nuke it so that they could
Yeah.
take the fires out.
exactly.
So,
Yep.
but then it backfired. It
Yep.
totally backfired. The nukes.
Yep.
Oh, well, this is. What is wrong with this stock? There's nothing wrong. I know you're like, oh, it's a hollow piece of shit. It's
No.
light.
Hold on.
It's light.
Yours is,
It feels
yours is
decent.
first of all, yours is not a Savage Axis. I said
It's
the
same kind of
Savage.
stock, though.
I said the
honestly.
Savage Axis. One of the ways they saved money is by putting a very cheap, very inexpensive hollow stock on it. I said nothing about the fucking Mossberg MVP. It comes with a better quality synthetic stock than the Axis is, but it also costs a little. Not a little. You can get a Savage Axis for like $269.99 brand new, so it costs significantly less. But
See that
one thing you get is it's got a shitty stock. So I wasn't talking about your gun. Stop getting all fucking butthurt and sensitive. God damn.
I like this thing, though.
Well,
I'm just
good.
saying.
It's a better quality stock than the Savage Axis comes with.
This is what I wanted when I bought a Mosin and tried to put a scope on it. Was this something like this? Not this specific gun, but I ruined a Mosin trying to make it as capable as this is out of the box.
Oh. All right, let Corey hold on. Let me see this fucking thing. Blow it. Oh, god damn it! I didn't mean to remove you. I meant to do that. Fucking hell.
So
So yeah, you got that residue? Yeah. Somebody had a buttstock or a butt pad, a recoil pad on there and taped it on or some shit.
You see how
That's what happened to that.
Look like it got spray painted or I don't know.
You know what you do? Here's how you fix that. Here's exactly how I would fix that. You got rim oil or some sort of fucking oil?
Can you see that crack right here?
Yeah, that's not that bad. That's fine. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
What you
That
do
was
is you
only-
take some fucking rim oil and you spray that fucking stock down, and then you take yourself some quadruple aught steel wool and you scrub the shit out of that stock until you get all the sticky residue off, until you get all the fucking spray paint off, and until you dull whatever shiny finish is left,
Mm-hmm.
and then you throw a coat of true oil on it. That's all you need to do. It's real fucking easy. It'll be real easy to fix that fucking stock up. That stock is not dented or dinged. It's in good shape. It's just
No,
got
it
some
actually is.
exterior gunk on it. So-
whatever that residue is, it just wraps completely around it.
Yeah, did somebody put a fucking? I've fucking cleaned shit like that out. It's residue from somebody putting a fucking recoil pad on there, one of those fucking wrap around fucking recoil pads that just kind of slip over the end. Rem oil will take that residue right the fuck off, or any fucking gun oil will take that residue right off. Like that's just how. I use Rem oil like when my youngest has drawn on the walls in crayon. Spray it with Rem oil, scrub it off with a washcloth. Anything sticky, spray it with Rem oil, wipe it off with a washcloth.
Stephen Carroll says, adopted? You really think someone would purposely pick a left-handed redhead?
Well, he lied about it when he was 5 because he knew even then.
I wasn't adopted, but I did have a stepfather, so I was a stepchild.
Did he beat you like a redheaded stepchild?
A couple of times, yeah.
How do I make it just you and me?
I remember we got into an argument and he pissed me off and I broke a fucking broom handle over my leg and he chased me around the fucking yard.
That could happen.
Well, whatever. Here. This is my bicock.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice bicock. I do like the tiger striping on the fore end there. It's nice.
Yeah, I do too.
You got that little metal piece at the fore end that I like, and that's nice. Looks very good.
Both
Basic
sides.
bitch fucking sling, but okay, it's fine.
Well, it's a functional sling.
Just giving you shit, man.
It matches the gun pretty good.
No, it does. It looks good. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It does look good on it. Yeah, it does have a little bit of scroll work and stuff if you look very closely, but
Yeah.
nothing fancy, nothing that crazy. But yeah,
I
this
wish I
thing's
had a
fucking
sling
great.
on mine.
The lockup?
The fucking gun
Like
show.
there is no wiggle at all, like none. I don't know. The only thing about this gun that sucks is the triggers. They're like 10 pounds
Really?
and like 11 pounds.
The triggers on mine are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't mind mine either.
The triggers on mine are just like fucking like they're barely there. Oh, look at that. Oh, just. Oh wait, let me pull the hammer back. That would be helpful. Like that. They're just barely there. But the triggers on mine are fucking fantastic. So, and then
I do like my bicock. Everybody should have their own bicock. And then you can carry it around like this. You open it.
I
up.
want the fucking. So I want the I want the fucking the back fucking thing like
The
Ash
stabber.
from Evil
You
Dead.
can go like that.
This is my boomstick. Like that's what. This is my fucking boomstick, motherfucker.
Yeah. Remember the fucking range officer came over and made me open the action to it? To show
I
it?
remember that stupid shit. Fucking hell.
I don't know. So I guess put a 1 in the chat if Honda wins. Put a 2 in the chat if never enough bicock.
Hold on. Look at this mother before you go.
No, they already looked
show
at
your.
They already looked at your poop fucking stick.
First of all, look at. I got scroll work on mine too. Not a lot, but a little bit. Scroll work on mine.
Mhm.
Look at the finish on that. Look at that mirror finish on that son of a bitch.
Mhm.
Look at the freshly blued barrel. Look at that.
A blue Damascus barrel. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, damn straight. And it looked fucking sweet too. Look at that. Look at that. And I found out this. Does yours? Mine's got a 3-inch chamber. Mine will take 3-inch shells.
Yeah, I think mine does too.
So
Yeah.
I didn't realize that when I got it until I shoved some 3-inch shells in there, and I was like, "Huh, all right."
I don't know if it would say on this gun.
It should. I think mine
But
does.
yeah. But this thing's. I don't know when this was made. I was trying to fucking figure it out, and I can't find a reliable source for it since the company doesn't exist anymore because Savage bought them out. But I mean, all I know is it's sometime before. This thing is from sometime before 1931. So
Who makes both of y'all's?
Mine is from a Belgian company called J. Sauve. Sauve. I don't know how to say it. All right, we're gonna have to do a fucking whatchamacallit. a poll in the chat to find out whose wins. So hold on, bear with me.
Well, I know mine won't because it needs work.
We
done to it.
basically did the exact same thing to our guns, by the way. We both just troiled the fucking stocks, blued the barrels, and fucking did the best we could with the stainless receivers. The only difference is you've got a leather fucking sling and I've got a leather shell holder. Like, other than that, these guns are so fucking much the same because we did the exact same thing to them.
Mhm.
Well, does yours have exposed hammers?
No.
No, okay, so that's the other difference. Other than that, they're both dual triggers. I'll be honest, I like the look of the exposed hammers better,
I like them without.
but functionally, without is a better option, in my opinion. From a functional standpoint, so you don't have to fucking pull the hammers back every time you want to fire. It looks cool, I think. I like the way it looks better. But
All right,
yeah,
I asked the question: who has the nicer bicock? Never enough bicock, or e-bicock?
E-bike. Okay, there you go. I say it comes down to the hammers and which fucking chunk of leather people like better. Because honestly, we did the exact same thing to these two fucking guns.
It does look a little bit sleeker though, like just having the bottom part right here is a little bit bigger on a box lock because that's where all the stuff is versus yours is on the sides.
Yeah,
right. And I think that's why the triggers are heavier because the components that go into a box lock action like this are fucking like big fucking chunks of metal. Like you look in there and like there's no, maybe the firing pin would break if you just dry fired it a lot, but there's like nothing in there that's going to break ever.
Yeah.
Versus the side lock, like yours, the stock has to be hollowed out around where the locking mechanism goes in. So that creates a weak point in the stock right there. It's like a thin point. And then also the components have to be much smaller. So they're made out of like smaller pieces of metal, which are more liable to break. So if you fuck around with that one a lot, you have a better chance of fucking having something bad happen with it.
I like the tiger striping on Pana's better.
Yeah, I like the tiger stripe and the plus the scroll work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I do like the length more on Matt's.
they should be the same. Didn't we cut them down to about the same?
What did you cut yours to?
And mine's 18 and a quarter.
Mine's 20.
Oh, okay.
I think it's 20. Where's my fucking... Oh, there it is. I think it was around here somewhere. Hold on.
Measuring to find out who's got the shorter bike lock.
I just cut mine down as much as possible.
Mine's 19 and a half.
Yeah, just with leave myself just a little bit of wiggle room so nobody can talk shit and fucking whatever. So
Oh, that's great. I like dropping new stuff. It makes me happy. Okay, it's fine. Don't you like it when you buy something new and then you drop it?
I've done that so many goddamn times, and then you're just pissed, especially after you've done work to it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
like-
that's worse. When
Yeah.
you're like, oh, look at the shiny,
Yeah.
cool ass fucking work that I did. Oh,
Bang!
now it's got
Oh,
a big
nice
ass
new
stuff.
dent. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you get the first drop out of the way.
Man, I am neglecting super chats tonight, guys. Jesus.
You
Stephen
fuck.
Carroll says, "Damn it, I have getting a hunting gun. I've been thinking about getting a hunting gun. I think, even though I don't hunt.
This isn't helping.
This is
Good. Everybody should have a hunting rifle. Look, you never know. You never know when the opportunity will arise that you may get a chance to go hunting or you may need to go hunting. Hopefully things never get that bad, but if they did, it would be nice to have some sort of hunting rifle. I think everybody should have at least one hunting rifle, whatever that is for you. I don't give a shit, in a capable caliber to be able to take whatever game you might actually fucking run into wherever you're at, whether that's deer or hog or fucking, I don't know, whatever it is. So even if that's like if all you have around you is fucking deer and small game and fucking bobcats and shit like that, go get a fucking 223 bolt action. If you got bigger shit like nilgai and hogs, then get a 308 or a 30-06 or a fucking 30-30 or whatever the fuck. Like, everybody should have a hunting rifle of some sort, at least one.
If you had to go between a 308 or a 30-06, which one would you choose?
For what? 30-06 is my
just like as
favorite.
all around. Like if that's the
30-06
one honey gun
Give
you
me a
have.
little bit more money generally. Not always, but a little bit more money for the gun and a little bit more money for the ammo.
Wait,
It
which
does
one?
shoot a little bit faster, a little bit hotter. You can
Wait, which
shoot a
one you
little bit
said?
longer. What's that?
Which one did you say?
30-06.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a little bit more expensive. The ammo's a little bit more expensive. It shoots a little bit hotter, a little bit faster. 308, I like 308 because I have an AR-10, and I like guns that shoot the same stuff. You know, so I'm not gonna have
308
like
is probably more than enough for anything you will ever do in the United States, North America, wherever. That being said, I grew up shooting 30-06, so it's my favorite rifle caliber, which is why that's been my go-to, because I just fucking love 30-06. It's the quintessential American classic fucking rifle round. It's been around for fucking ever. It's fought in multiple wars and done lots of shit. And
people hunt fucking polar bears.
I'm sure that
is it legal to hunt a polar bear?
I don't know. I don't live in those areas, but I guarantee you it fucking happens. Or at the very, I don't know if they necessarily, I mean, I'm sure people have hunted polar bear. I'm not sure that people actively like hunt polar bear, but I'm sure they fucking have had to defend themselves. There are people that live in areas.
There are stories about that.
So, I mean, yeah, I'm positive that is something that probably happens.
I'm just wondering, like, if you were going out, like, that would be the biggest, most dangerous animal in North America, right?
That I can think of, yeah. Hell yeah.
Arguably the world, like, I don't know, like a hippo or a fucking, like, African, like, lion or something might be more dangerous. I'm not sure. But arguably the world. It's the biggest, scariest, most dangerous predator. I think a 308 could take it out. Like, I wouldn't want to be
I was
like,
thinking 308.
I wouldn't want to be like 5 yards away from it when I shot it, but you know, if it's like 50 yards away charging towards you and you hit it in the fucking chest, it's going down. I think. I don't know. I've never shot a fucking polar bear.
I never have either. I've never shot a bear. That bear is something I have not had to fuck with or been around or any of that shit. So, you know.
I almost had to shoot a black bear once. I've told this story many times. Fine, I'll tell it again. I was outside smoking a cigarette.
See, the silence meant, yeah, we've all heard it. It's fine.
Okay, fine. Then I won't rehash it unless.
No, somebody in the chat has not heard this one yet.
Yeah.
It's fine. Somebody in the chat has not heard this yet.
All right, so I was outside smoking a cigarette, and I had just bought my Zastava M88A, and just like a Uncle Mike's fucking universal holster to go with it, like a drop leg holster. So I had my fucking new holster and my new gun, like with a loaded magazine, and I went outside for a tactical cigarette, and I had my flashlight, and I had my phone, and I was smoking a cigarette. And I look in the backyard, and there's this like trail of trash because I had the trash cans out in the back, so I didn't have to walk the trash bags all the way out to the front every time I wanted to take trash out.
No.
Well, something had got into the trash, and I'm like, God damn it! Like, I got to clean this up now. So I'm like tracking the trash with my flashlight across the yard, looking at all the shit I got to pick up. And I pan over to the fucking biggest dog I've ever seen in my entire life. That's what I thought. And then the dog stands up on its hind legs and turns and looks at me, right? And I'm like, that's not a dog. That's a fucking Sasquatch. Like, what is that thing? And I'm like, oh, it's a bear. I'm like, oh, it's a fucking bear. And so I pulled out my gun and I had it like low ready. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bear. And he went from standing up to all fours and took like 2 steps towards me, right? So I like cocked this motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here, bear! I'll fucking shoot you in the fucking face! And yeah, I said it just like that, except for screaming. And the fucking bear like understood me and went running off into the field behind the house there. And I was like, crisis averted. Except for there's some kids over there playing basketball, and there's a lady right there walking her dog with a fucking baby stroller. Like, this isn't a good place for a bear. So I got my phone out, put the gun back in the holster, got my phone out, called 911. Because, what do you do? I don't know. There's a fucking bear. And I'm chasing this bear. I go, like, a couple of blocks, and I'm, like, watching him from across the field. And then, like, he moves, so I move, and I'm on the phone, like, oh, we're on this corner. And then like he'd sprint, so I'd sprint like, oh, we're on this corner now, like 3 blocks up or whatever. Well, the cops finally get there. Seemed like forever. And they were more concerned about the fact that I had a firearm in a holster than there's a live bear running around a fucking neighborhood. And they didn't catch him. So, yeah, that's the story. That's basically it.
Narc.
Daniel says, Honda, good Lord, get some news stories. Sorry. Daniel also says, my oven goes to 2,600 degrees sometimes. You got to cook fast. Jesus Christ, what kind of oven does that? Joey Savoy says, here's your weekly reminder to keep buying magazines. It's not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Can always use more. An irised wristwatch, which is a tongue twister, which is why he named himself that, to get you to fucking fuck up when you say his name.
Yes.
Aha. Says, can you tell Matt to look at Discord message?
I did already, actually, and I already took care of it. Things are good.
Would you like take a picture of it and send it to him, or?
Yeah, I whipped out my dick and I took a picture and I sent it to him. That's what he was requesting.
What if we start every time you take a poop, you take a picture of it and you send it to Duke?
That's, yeah, I mean, you know.
I mean, it's fucked up, but it's kind of funny. It's like, hey, Duke, I found you. You were in my toilet.
Duke, what were you doing here? I'm so confused.
God, Duke, there's a lot of you here
Playing
today.
Pinky Boo.
And then you ran away down the drain, and I don't know why.
Well, I'll be the first one to do it later on tonight. I'll let you know how it goes.
Daniel says, starting to think bear code word for something else. It wasn't, unfortunately.
No,
Dude.
Mark Malone was not the one telling the story. Then it would be
So I had set up a like poor man's Berkey. Like I bought a couple of 5-gallon buckets and had like a filter in one and like a spigot on the bottom of the other, so that you could feed the top one with water that would feed like filtered water to the bottom bucket, so you could pour it off and have something to drink. And I just like bought all the components, finally got them all in, finally took like an afternoon to fucking put it all together and like make sure it was watertight, and then fill up the top one and set it outside to like start filtering water so that I could have some water, you know, some good clean fucking water. Well, the bear found the fucking the water thing the next night because they didn't catch him, and went in the backyard and like knocked it over and drank some water and broke the filter apart. Like I was so pissed, dude. I was pissed at the cops. I wasn't pissed at the bear. I was pissed at the cops because I did everything I possibly could to solve the problem the night before. And now he's back in the backyard looking for more food because he found some there. But, you know, once they find food, they're like, that's where I'm going back.
fucking bears.
You guys don't have bears down there in Texas, do you?
Nope. Not unless they're in a fucking zoo.
You don't even have black bears or anything?
No.
No. Mm-mm.
Not even in northern
I
Texas?
mean, there may have been like some that got away from somebody. I mean, look, there's a lot of people in Texas that have some weird fucking pets, and I guarantee you there are people down here that have some fucking bears for pets. But no, as far as not in any real way.
Hell, there's a fucking place a couple miles down the road that we were driving by looking at property, and they had a fucking camel in their pasture.
As one does. I mean, you don't have a fucking camel in your fucking pasture?
No.
Fucking hick.
I wouldn't doubt it. Someone has some fucking bears on their property.
Daniel says, the bear just wanted some good, clean, filtered water, Honda.
Apparently, those camels are deadly. Since one killed 2 trainers or something.
Camels killing trainers?
Yeah.
I didn't know well, I mean, it's a big animal. I guess it could kill you, but it's not like they're fucking known for killing people, right?
Right.
Oh, there's bears in North Texas around Paris. So Paris, Texas has bears, Matt.
That's bullshit. It's not true. Somebody's lying to you.
Let's find out.
It's just not fucking true. Damn it.
Does Paris, Texas have bears? A black bear was sighted in Lamar County Friday night, just a few miles northwest of Loop 286 in Paris, Texas, May 19th, 2021.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they have bears. That's different. A bear was sighted. Okay.
Dude, you never fucking see them. Like, they move at night. They, like, fucking smell shit at night and fucking find... Like, the black bears are very skittish, right? They're not the big-ass grizzly bears that just go over wherever they want because they're the king of everything. The black bears are, like, scared of everything. So they'll stay in, like, dense wooded areas away from people. And, like, they'll move around at night when you can't fucking see them. Like, the only time you see them is when they're fucking desperate for food or something, you know? You seem unimpressed.
I am unimpressed. I really don't give a shit. Just not at all. There is no way in which I could give less of a shit about black bears in Paris, Texas. And it's just
Andrew Hefker just called me a racist because I'm saying the black bears move at night.
yeah. If the
Daniel says
racist
they get them
shoe
on
fits-
game cameras around the Sulphur River in Texas all the time. See? Do you see?
Yeah.
I swear you guys wouldn't even have fucking hogs in Texas if everyone really wanted to get rid of them. There's a bunch of people that fucking like feed them and propagate them so that they can like hunt them themselves or pay like have people pay them to hunt them on their land.
I mean, there is some truth to hog hunting being big business in Texas, but the population is definitely allowed to get bigger than it normally would because it's a thing here. That being said, they are a truly invasive species that we have not been able to get rid of, and it's not just Texas.
Well, the same thing happened in Hawaii, right? Like they brought in these pigs and just let them go on the island so that they could always have like animals to eat when they came to visit. And the fucking pigs just like ate everything and fucked everything up and trampled like a bunch of shit out of existence.
Mm-hmm.
But the Hawaiians do love their ham, don't they? They're like Hawaiian luau cookout.
Yep.
Pig roast. It's like, I don't know. I don't have a hummingbird, but this is pretty delicious. I don't know. Is it worth it? Maybe. It's weird. Like if you bring a dog with you to Hawaii, like you want to move to Hawaii and you have a dog, your dog has to be in like solitary confinement, like what do they call it? Quarantine for like 6 months before they let him in the island. Because there's like certain there's dog diseases that don't exist on the island of Hawaii, or like any of the islands, so they want to keep it that way. I don't know. Nope. Stephen Carroll dropped in $5. Says, have a street bog, but for no reason. I have a desire for an AR-9 after my Savage access now. What barrel length would you go for? 10.5, says Matt. That's the fucking longest, awkwardest silence in the fucking chat ever. Thanks, guys. Like, someone asked a question, I answered it. There's like 4 of you in here, and not one of you can fucking muster a fucking number.
You answered for me. You even mentioned my name, and you were right, so I had nothing to say.
I could have fucking said wrong, and you could have been, or you could have been like, yeah, that's right, and here's why, and added something to it. But no, you're just a fucking dickheaded fucking Gandalf looking motherfucker over there. Fucking, why don't you go with your staff and fucking tell me I can't pass, and then go down with a Balrog, bitch.
He's gonna go get his staff now.
I feel like something is about to happen here. I don't know.
He's gonna bang his wood.
You shall not pass!
You gotta go like this. You gotta slam it in front of you. Yeah, whatever.
I got fucking guns and shit all over my room now. Fucking hell. My room was
What-
clean until this chat started, you motherfucker. Fuck you!
I know which one I would
There's
get.
worse problems to have.
Which AR9 would you guys get if you were going to buy one?
PSA. Why would
Yeah.
I?
Yeah, but which one? They make a couple.
Probably like what you got.
So the ARV that takes the Scorpion mags.
Yeah.
I don't like the one that takes the fucking Glock mags, dude.
I don't
It just
either.
looks weird.
Yeah.
Looks like a penis. Like
Looks
you had penis surgery.
Fucking
that went
stupid.
wrong. Your penis surgery just gone way wrong.
Way.
And you would know Honda, right?
Well, I mean, I did show you in private. This is the chat of awkward silence.
It's true. So true.
I know nothing about AR9s, so
If I had unlimited money, I'd get the SIG. Like the SIG, what do they call it?
MPX.
Yes, the MPX. Like a pistol version of the MPX with a brace on the back. I feel like that's probably the highest quality version of that you're going to get, but you're going to pay for it. I think those are what, like $1,800 or something like that with nothing on it. But it's cool because you can put a Foldy Boy brace on it because it doesn't have the fucking same gas tube or a buffer tube spring in the back and all that stuff. They're cool. I like them. John Keister says, go with the ARV with the 5.5 inch barrel. Get the shortest barrel they make just to piss Matt off. You might as well have just got a pistol.
I mean, it's true, but whatever.
There's really no difference. There's a pretty big difference between having something that you can shoulder and fire versus something that you have to like steady your arms and fire. You know what I mean?
I really don't care for the AR9s or anything like that. I've got one of those PCCs, and that's sufficient enough for me.
You got the Ruger PCC.
Yeah.
See, that's an answer too. Like it's all different flavors of the same fucking candy, you know?
Well, I love my fucking Streebog, so there you go.
There
I
you
like
go.
how we spent about 5 minutes on the anti-groomer bill and just went straight into guns.
Yep. Fuck it.
Well, do you support the groomer bill?
I support the current thing.
Which is
Oh,
the
so-
groomer bill, so.
Yeah.
Okay, groomer.
No, he supports the bill. That's the opposite. If you
Yeah, he
support
said,
the bill,
He supports the current thing, and the current thing is to fucking like say gay, 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 gay. Can't say gay. Well, I'm saying gay, 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 gay.
Gay.
Like that's what they do, and they're like, I'm fighting against oppression.
Right. By teaching children in kindergarten. Was it kindergarten to what?
Third
Grade
grade.
3? Yeah.
Hmm.
Where you have no knowledge about nothing. You're not even thinking about nothing like that. That's what just got me. Like, yeah, they
Well,
are
more
really
than
trying
that,
to groom
like,
kids.
Your concepts of how things work are being formed at that point. Your like internal model of the world is being populated with like bushes and rivers and trees and stuff, right? Like how the world actually works. I'm speaking figuratively, but like, yeah, you're literally building a model of the world so that you can operate inside of it without fucking getting hurt. And if you have these like preconceived notions that are antithetical to reality, then you're going to have a tough time when you get older because there's going to be things that you're going to trip over that you didn't see as an obstacle because according to your model of the world didn't exist or did exist. And now you're taking all this extra effort to walk around some, you know what I mean? Like it's all kinds of bad.
At that age, I was thinking about toy cars. That's it.
Did you watch Cars a lot when you were a kid?
Oh, and trains. No, it was just that's all my parents used to give me, a bunch of toy cars, and I used to just have a bunch of them, and plus train sets. So like that's all
My
I cared
youngest son-
about.
My youngest son, this was so cute, but it was like at a point like concerning. Loved Cars, the movie, like the Pixar movie Cars.
Yeah.
And he watched like every fucking day that he was at my house. He'd be like, I want to watch Cars. Like, all right. And he would think that he was a car. And we would be at the store and some lady would come up to me and be like, oh, he's a cute boy. What's his name? And he'd go, Rum. He grew out of it. It's fine. Just for a little while there, I was like, Jesus, like, how do we stop this? Like, what's good? Like, I don't know. It was cute. He was just cute. He's a cute kid, man. He gets like very into things, you know, and has to know like everything he can possibly know about the thing. Like for a while, he was into dinosaurs. When I forget which Jurassic Park movie it was, Jurassic World, I think, where they have to like go to the island and the dude's got the fucking velociraptors that he's working with or whatever. That one,
Right.
When
No,
that came out-
I did have a bunch of dinosaur toys too.
when that movie came out, though, he knew the name of every dinosaur that was real and imaginary in the movie. He knew a bunch of other dinosaurs and everything about them that weren't in the movie, that were just dinosaurs that he learned about. And he would just spend all of his time talking about dinosaurs and dinosaurs this. And did you know about this dinosaur? And this one can probably run this fast, they think, and blah, 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 blah. Just like, Jesus, dude.
Yep, I used to have that red viewfinder, right, that you stick like the dinosaur pictures in, right, the little circle, that little circle disc, you stick it to the viewfinder, then you hold it up to the light.
Like the
Like
Power
a bunch
Rangers
of
thing?
those. Nah. It was like a viewfinder.
No, it kind of looks like a little camera that has a little circle like picture wheel on it that you click the little
Yes.
actuator on the side and it just spins the little circle thing inside of it and shows different pictures.
Yes. I play with that all the time. Daniel, to sum it up, I am a libertarian communist.
How does that work?
It works for me. I can't go into details, but you know.
It's like an anarcho-communist.
If he went into details, he'd have to take you to the train station.
Like, how do you believe in anarchy and communism at the same time? Like, those things, it's kind of like oil and water. They don't really mix very well. Because you need, like,
balance.
a powerful, overbearing, authoritarian government to enforce the rules of communism. But then you have anarchy at the same time. Like, no, okay.
Don't question it. Shut up.
Right.
I don't think they didn't question it is the problem. They're just saying
Respect
things.
is authority.
They
Just
heard it.
support
They're like, "Oh,
the
that
current
sounds
thing."
cool, anarcho-communist. That's what I want to be." And they've got their Che Guevara T-shirt on with their fucking fist in the air and all that stuff. You know, it's all about image. It's all about the perception of others and how things have been made to be cool in the subconscious of the fucking society that we live in by powers unseen. And we're supposed to just think that this is a natural progression of fucking youth in America? Fuck no, it's not, dude. They have control of your kids, going back to where we started with this whole chat, right? They have your kids for how long in school? Fucking 6-8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for how many fucking years of their life? Of course they're going to indoctrinate your kids. Of course they're going to fucking make them think like a Democrat and that the answer to everything is more government, because it's the government paying the teacher to tell them that in the fucking first place, dude. Get your kids out of public school. At least pay attention to what's going on in your kid's public school if you can.
And who's hiring? I mean, the teachers that they show on Libs of TikTok, like, who's hiring them?
Oh, you want to see one of them? Hold on. I got a video queued up. Oh, hold on. I got an internet real quick. Hold on. Sorry. Screen share now. 1 and 2. There we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. green hair, blue hair, whatever you are.
I wonder if they went to the job interview like that.
Hi, I'm a queer teacher, and I 1000% do not support this bill. And yes, I do know what's in it. The bill in itself is just another way to stigmatize the LGBTQ plus community. Kids as young as 3 and 4 are actually aware of their gender identity, even if they don't have the language for it. Also very aware of who they like and who they don't like. Heterosexuality is pushed on our kids on a daily basis at a very young age. Media, through books, the first Disney movie that you saw. To say that pre-K through 3rd grade are not ready for such topics is actually internalized homophobia and transphobia. We're very much ready for these topics and are way more accepting than adults when it comes to discussing these topics. We can talk about gender assumptions, pronouns, all the things. And it is child development appropriate and age appropriate. It's literally created as just another means to other queer people. Basically say that us existing is not normal. Hi,
I like how she can't fucking get all of her thoughts together to make one fucking video. She's got to make 17 different videos and clip them all together because your fucking thoughts are so incoherent that you can't fucking string them together in an ongoing sentence that forms into a paragraph. You fucking dumb blue-haired cunt. Stay away from my kids, dude. Stay away from the children. If you walk in, okay, it's like first day of 1st grade, right? You take your little kid to fucking 1st grade, you meet the 1st grade teacher. This is the fucking 1st grade teacher. You know what I'm doing? Grabbing that kid's hand and walking the fuck out of that school and going somewhere else. Sorry. Oh, call me a fucking bigot. Call me fucking homophobic. Call me anti-trans. Call me whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. It's not going to change my opinion. You're not going to sway me with your fucking bullshit straw man argument bullshit, dude. It doesn't fucking work if you don't fucking let it. And that's what people got to learn. Stop fucking apologizing. Stop. Why are you apologizing? There's no fucking... It doesn't get you anywhere. You don't get anything for it. It only reaffirms that you did something wrong in the first place. So especially if you didn't do anything wrong, don't fucking apologize. Don't fucking give in to these people. Don't let them fucking take an inch. Don't fucking let them change the language. Don't let them change the definitions of things so that they can fucking suit a narrative again in their own way again. Don't let them fucking like memory hole stuff. So you're like, hey, you said this 3 months ago. And they're like, oh, I don't remember that. No, dude, you fucking did. Fuck you. You're a fucking liar. You're a liar and you're a piece of shit. And you want to fuck kids, apparently. That's what it is. You just want to fuck kids, don't you?
I'm going to say yes. Because you see, what was that? They arrested a bunch of people that work for Disney in like a pedophile ring.
Yeah, they had a sting operation.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yep.
Just so happen, right? They all get jobs where they're surrounded by kids. Go figure.
Well, people want to talk about like the problems with pedophilic priests, right? And while that is a problem, I'm not saying that it's not. If you look at statistically the number of teachers who have done something like that versus the number of priests is like very small percentage-wise compared to the rampant problem in public schools of pedophilic teachers diddling their fucking students. And that shit's just not talked about. It's local news only, if that, you know? Like, you don't hear about national stories about that shit. I mean, shit, there was one at my high school. I never had him for a teacher, but I knew him. And I, like, had friends who had his class. And he ran to Mexico after he got caught. And then he got caught in Mexico and extradited back here to fucking face charges of child rape or whatever. It's fucked up shit, dude.
Yeah.
I only had one gym teacher accused of that, but I don't think he never been actually charged with anything.
There was a gym teacher in grade school who did push-ups on top of a fucking 6th grade girl with a boner. We called him Mr. O'Gay. His name was Mr. O'Day. I think he got fired or reprimanded. I don't know. I was young. That was a long time ago.
Right. And I think this happened like the early 90s, where we still got whoopings in school. Late 80s and early 90s, we still got whooped by the teachers.
I got grabbed by the ear once and taken to the office. That was the worst. They never like spanked us or anything at our school, but this teacher grabbed my fucking ears, like, and just yanked me along to the fucking principal's. There was nothing I could do.
Did
I
you
remember
ever pad your pockets, Leo, if you had to go get pops in school?
What do you say?
Did you ever pad your pockets with stuff?
Oh no. Well, no. I know in some of the schools I went to, we had a vending machine, so we never had to.
No, I mean like when you went to go get your ass whooped by the fucking principal.
Oh,
Did you pad your pockets with stuff to
no.
lessen the blow?
No. And I remember in Catholic school, right, they used to do it on the palm of my hands with a ruler. So padding your pockets wouldn't work.
Don't get me wrong, man. Fucking like the priest who diddles a kid, like the candle boy or whatever the fuck he is, right? In my opinion, deserves to be lined up against the wall, and you know what happens next. End of story. Fucking, like, we know you did it, right? There's proof, there's evidence, there's testimony, you're guilty. End of story, dude. Fucking time to meet the maker and explain to him why the fuck you did it. Teachers
TTL
too.
Seattle is calling you out, Honda.
But they never used to do it on our butts. It was in Catholic school. They used to use the palm of. We used to have to hold out the palm of our hands and get spanked with the ruler. And like in regular public school, they would take a stick and like hit the back of your leg. So patting your pockets wouldn't work there either.
Yeah.
There was a piece of legislation introduced here in Ohio in the past week. It's called HB 616, and it's basically a mix between the Florida anti-groomer bill, and it also adds onto it, specifically bans CRT being taught in schools, 1619 project, and about 4 or 5 other things, and goes as far as to say, if we find out the teachers were doing this after this would be passed into law, they can just fire them on the spot for it.
Where's this list? Okay, Alabama Catholic priests. Information is found. Let's compile the database of public accused priests. Okay.
Great picture.
Go to Colorado. Publicly accused priests in Colorado. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, there's a lot, of course. Of course there is. But how far back does this go? How many priests are there? What's the percentage of them that did something versus the percentage of them that didn't, right? The number, and I heard this on a podcast. I forget where I heard it. They were talking about this exact subject, and they were saying that the level, it was Tim Pool, it was Seamus was talking about this shit. The level of that thing happening in the Catholic Church specifically is what he was talking about. I don't know about all churches. Is like a fourth or a third the level it is of public school teachers, is what he was saying. I don't have a source for that. I just told you what my source was and where I heard it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's wrong. I don't know. But I believe it, because if you were a map, where would you get a job? Well, you'd get a job as a teacher or a fucking like guidance counselor or like a fucking like a camp counselor or something like that, or you get a job as a fucking priest. You know, like there's a certain number of jobs that you're going to be trusted with children to do whatever it is for hours on end, and you can develop a relationship with them and groom them to a point where you're going to be like, don't tell your parents about this because we'll both get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. You really like me, right? You wouldn't want me to get in trouble. And they're like, oh no, Mr. Teacher Guy, I actually do like you, even though you put your penis inside of my butthole. Yeah.
And the chat gets shut down.
Well, we're not showing it. We're just talking about it. They're just words.
And there's the silence.
Yeah, awkward silence chat. That's what.
And Matt got us all pumped up at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we were like fucking. We were dancing around.
Hey man, I was ready to go at the beginning of the show,
I just
and
killed it.
then things happened. It got bad.
Patrick Pew Pew says 800 teachers in 1 year, 2018. See, I mean, I don't know which number's bigger, which percentage is worse, whatever's going on. What I do know is what I was just saying is that these people who are into that kind of thing intentionally put themselves in positions of power over children, whether you're a teacher or whatever, right? And priest is on that list, so it's not fucking surprising that that shit's fucking happening too. But I am saying that it's absolutely fucking happening in schools, and that's what I was concerned about. Like, I don't go to church. My kids don't go to Sunday school. It's not a fucking concern of mine. I'm not really a big fan of organized religion as it is. And that's more for, like, the Sunday Christian people who are just pieces of fucking shit every fucking day of their life. And then they go to church for, like, 2 hours a week and sit there and think how fucking pious they are by being fucking penitent before God or whatever. Like, fuck you, dude. If there is a God, he's gonna hate you the fucking worst.
And then gossip about the other members in the church.
They're just poison. They're fucking
There's a lot of
poison
gossip.
people. Everywhere you go, there's gonna be poison people. You gotta fucking find a way to, like, weed those people out and not have them be part of your life, and certainly not be like a confidant, someone that you're gonna fucking give your deepest, darkest fucking fears and secrets and vulnerabilities to, because they're going to take advantage of that shit like a fucking snake. A manipulator.
One of the best stories I ever heard was when I was living in Columbus. I was sitting at a bus stop, and there was this woman next to me, and she said, this was like a Friday afternoon, and she was talking about people going to church on Sundays. And she's like, oh yeah, you got all these Saturday night sinners that become Sunday morning preachers.
Yeah, I heard something like that before. Do all your sinning on Saturday, then you're just holier than thou on Sunday.
Well, that's nothing new, you know.
Right.
But we live in the type of society today, like, okay, like 1850. You live in a small town in rural Kansas, right? The fucking Johnsons across the street are pieces of shit. They're liars, they're thieves, the wife cheats, the husband steals, like all kinds of stuff, right? But they go to church every Sunday. Everybody in church knows who the fuck they are. Everybody in church knows what the fuck they fucking do. And they're all looking at them like they're pieces of shit. Nowadays, you just, like, there's a million people everywhere, and no one really knows anyone. And you can just show up to church, and everyone's just like, oh, you're burr. So you can get away with whatever the fuck you want. It's like a different fucking dynamic going on.
Yeah.
There's no social accountability for things because people don't know each other.
Especially if you attend like all these mega churches that's popping up now. It's more of a concert than anything.
Yeah, well, those are probably the worst ones because there's no fucking accountability for the individual. That's like all about the fucking show and the flashiness and the snack bar and the fucking, like, they'll have like hot chicks on stage. It is a fucking rock concert, dude. That's the devil. If there is a devil in church, that's it. Preach, Matt. Tell us.
Preach it. Preach it to the heavens.
And those that died that there before thee,
And
before
they
them
those
that
that
came
think that
inside
which
of
is thine
me.
and there under thee, shall I say this? That warbly, willy, willy, wing toast, wampa, wimpa, wampa, wimpa, taboo, chit, chit, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. And Josephus was indeed, and in fact, in every way, turned into a turtle. Can I get a hallelujah? Amen.
Hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Matt, did you see Daniel's comment?
Oh, no, I did not. I was not looking at the chat.
He said, there you go.
Oh, no.
Give us a good old fashioned J.M. Davis way to shut this shit show down.
Ooh. Mm. By the way, my bicock is nicer than yours, according to the chat.
Oh, I forgot about the chat.
I'm just
Oh
saying.
no. Oh no, I feel like they just fucking hate me. They show up to like fucking troll up my chat. They're just like, hey, like that fucking Hana guy is kind of a piece of shit and talks a lot and says very little. So We don't like him, but we don't like him enough to show up and fucking support him. I don't know how that makes sense.
Yeah.
I
I
vote
don't-
for you, Honda. If that helps.
What was the brand of that side settlement?
Let me find it. Hold on. Let me find it and put the got it on Amazon. Yeah, you looking for shotgun?
Yeah.
Okay. It is Bronze Dog. Here, I'm gonna put it in the chat here, but since you're left-handed, they do make a left-handed one. So you just have to search for it on Amazon. But that's the link to the one I got. But they do make a left-handed one. So, and then you pick, do you want shotgun? Do you want rifle? You know, and what color? It comes in 3 different colors. It's like brown, khaki, and black. And, you know, but yeah, they make left-handed ones and right-handed ones.
Yeah, I thought so. That I was looking at the left-handed one.
Dustin Corneliuson says, I'm assuming you've heard about the city-state law in Denver passing that no concealed carry in public buildings or parks. No, I did not hear about this shit. Let me look this up. Denver carry law. Reciprocity, gun laws in Colorado and the city of Denver. That's 2017, 15. How about tools anytime past month? Denver City Council voting on ban concealed carry thanks to states gutting preemption law. What's preemption law?
It means that cities and townships and stuff like that can't do any gun control more than a state does.
Well, Denver already does that, though.
Well, that's the thing, because if you don't have a preemption law in your state, they can do shit like that. Whereas Ohio and Pennsylvania and all these states in the East Coast and stuff actually have preemption. And so most of the time what it is, you'll have someplace like a Columbus or a Cincinnati or something like that that'll try to pull that crap and be like, hey, we're going to do a assault weapons ban or whatever the case be, the city level. And we're like, no, you're not. And they're like, yes, we are. And then we're like, no, we're going to sue the shit out of you. And we win.
Okay, so this is Friday, April 8th. It says, next Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. at the Denver City Council's Safety, Housing, Education, and Homelessness Committee has scheduled a vote on a measure to prohibit concealed carry in certain locations. The hearing will be held virtually with Zoom. NRA members and Second Amendment supporters are strongly encouraged to attend the virtual meeting and make their opposition known. Of course, they already know it's going to be opposition. It's not opinion. Bill 220401 will amend chapters 38 and 39 of the Denver Revised Municipal Code to prohibit concealed carry within parks and buildings owned by, leased by, or leased to the city. You are allowed to watch and offer public comment during the virtual meeting, and you can sign up to speak by visiting blah, 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 by clicking the public input in committee. Okay. So they're voting on this on Wednesday at 10:30 a.m. They're having a meeting. Maybe I should show up for that. Virtually, of course. I did not hear about this. This is not big news locally.
Right. They don't want it to be big news locally.
Mm-hmm.
Although I already thought that as far as like, maybe it's not all public buildings like they're saying here, but certainly like every courthouse that I've ever been to, you can't have a concealed carry weapon inside of. A few other things too. Like there was like an FBI building, or it was CBI, Colorado Bureau of Investigations building. Okay, so this is a funny story. I used to sell business telecom packages to small businesses, and basically you just cold calling, dude. You just like walk into places and knock on the door and try to find out who the fucking owner is and try to sell them on buying your fucking internet access from you, right? And I had this particular area, and I was just hitting all the office buildings. And I like go up to this one building, and it says nothing on the sides. There's no like markings on it. There's no like like Quest or fucking Wells Fargo or like nothing on it on the side of it like that. So I'm just like, I don't know, maybe it's just like a mixed office building. Well, I go in the front door and they've got a metal detector and police there, and then I was like, oh, I must be in the wrong building. Like, I'm good. I'm just gonna go. Well, they like followed me outside and like patted me down and fucking questioned me about why I was there and what I was doing. And then they had a fucking CBI dude like call me on the phone later that day to confirm where I worked and all this other stuff. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. All I was trying to do was sell you internet. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I work in Denver, but it's like just over that fucking line. And I try not to spend any time in Denver these days at all. Like Denver it's a fallen city. It's fell. It's not a good place. Like you used to be able to like take your kids to a Rockies game and like you'd park your car near the house and ride the light rail to downtown and walk a couple of blocks through the nice clean streets to go to a Rockies game. And then you get some popcorn and some hot dogs and some sodas. And then you'd walk back to the light rail and ride home. Now it's like you fucking park your car at the light rail station and you hop on the light rail and there's homeless people like sleeping on every fucking car, right?
Yep.
While you're riding the light rail to Denver, someone's breaking into your car back at the light rail station and stealing everything you left inside of it. You get to the fucking downtown area. I'm not saying you're going to get mugged, but there's a chance. And definitely more homeless people and crazy shit and drug fucking action going on, like right in the open, because there's too many of them to do anything about it. Then you go to the game and you have your popcorn and your hot dog and your soda. And you get back on the train and there's even more homeless people than before because the sun's going down.
And I always smell like pee.
You get back to your car and you realize what happened. And you're like, I'm just never going to a Rockies game again, I guess.
Yep, that's pretty much how it is. Especially if you go to a White Sox game.
Dustin Corneliuson saying, it's even if no metal detectors, any building or park. And that's the thing. There's plenty of parks in Denver where if you're going to be walking around the park at any time of the day or night, you might want to be armed.
Right, the one place where you need it.
Well, and like Colorado, for instance, has open carry, legal in Colorado, but not in Denver. Can't open carry in Denver. That's against the law. But the rest of Colorado, it's completely fine. Like I can walk out of my apartment like with a rifle around my shoulder and walk up to, the King Soopers or the Safeway or whatever, the grocery store. And while it's probably going to turn some eyebrows, like some people are going to look at me weird, maybe even call the cops, I didn't break a law. If they ask me to leave, you have to leave. Otherwise, it's trespassing. But other than that, like you didn't break a law. But then if I go like 15 blocks that way and do the same thing, arrested. I did break the law. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's why you see so many states now that are trying to do more stuff with preemption. Here in a few weeks, actually, Ohio is going to be voting on a knife preemption because right now all of our state laws are just a weird patchwork for knives. And if we get this preemption actually passed, it would allow it to have like one uniform thing of like, hey, we can carry whatever we want across the state now.
Andrew Hefker says, as bad as Denver is, I guarantee New Orleans is worse. I
sure.
Yeah. 100% believe that one. Dude, fucking when New Orleans got hit by a hurricane, they made Houston worse. When New Orleans got hit by a hurricane, they made the crime rate in Texas go up. You remember that, Matt?
Yep, I do actually. It happened all over the fucking state too, because they didn't just like go to Houston; they like fucking went everywhere.
A bunch of them came here too. Like it wasn't nearly the numbers that you guys got, but we got a bunch of people from New Orleans who fucked our fucking state up a little bit all by themselves before anything happened. Fuck those people, man. Stay in your own. If you like shit your bed so hard you can't sleep in it anymore, and then you want to come sleep in my bed, like, no. Sorry. Why don't you go get a new mattress? I don't know. Yeah, New York City's probably worse. Los Angeles is worse than Denver. I've been there. I've seen it. It's worse. I don't know. I'm assuming Seattle's pretty bad. I don't know if it's worse than Denver.
Basically, all the major cities.
Chicago's worse.
Yeah, all the major cities.
What does Chicago do with all the homeless people in the winter?
No,
They eat them.
right.
They wait for them all to go to Subway. Then they throw bleach on them and put laundry rope around their necks and say, "This is MAGA country."
That's very believable.
Yeah, that's basically what it does. No, but the homeless people, they're there. They're right there. Same spot all year round. We have the best homeless people and the best drug dealers because they'll stay out when it's 100 degrees to 12 below.
You got to make that money.
Yep.
Yeah, there used to be this park. Well, there's still a park in Denver, but I wouldn't go there anymore. Where, like, as a teenager, if you needed some weed, you could just drive to Denver and just, hey, mister, all the people on the street as you walk through this park, and someone's got weed for sale, and you can buy some, right? Now, I feel like you go around that park asking people if they have weed, they'll probably just rob you.
Right.
Like, there's dispensaries everywhere. Why are you here? Zero says, "Oh, good."
I was about to say, like, I think 2016 was probably in Chicago the best year where you could just travel all along the city and go to a bunch of events without getting bothered or hassled. I think 2016 was like the last year for that. Then after that, it just started going downhill.
Colorado's been going downhill since we fucking made pot legal for everyone. And then we started having, it was like 10,000 people a month moving to the Denver metro area month after month after month for it was like 6 or 7 years straight. It's a lot of people. Zoro says, "Hi, E Honda. I really enjoy watching your chat." Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoy it. I'm glad that people enjoy the chat, because otherwise I'd just be sitting here talking to a magical glowing box hoping that someone's hearing me. And that would just be frankly kind of sad. Honestly, though, like if Matt hadn't been, if I didn't know Matt and fucking take part in his chats, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be doing it like this anyway, if I was. Because it's hard to build an audience, especially when YouTube's algorithms are against you, you know? Where they're fucking like, you're one of the verboten people who've talked about the forbidden thing and that you should be ignored as much as possible within the law, within the rights of fucking people in America, which basically means, yeah, you can post your stuff here. Yeah, you can be here. It's fine. But we're not going to bring anyone new to you that you don't get yourself.
And you're pulling a lot more numbers than certain other channels are. Some that's even bigger on certain days.
Yeah, like when Joe Biden did, or it was Joe Biden and Trump were doing the presidential debate.
Oh, here we go. Trashing Yeager again.
And James Yeager was covering it, and I was covering it. And then someone jumped on his chat and was like, "Yo, Yeager has less people watching than you do, Honda." I thought that was great.
Yeah, I see that.
That's why it says in the description of every chat, bigger than James Yeager, because it's true. I'm also taller than James Yeager. So double true. Bicock truth.
You should go to Ukraine and see how you fare.
Yeah, because that's what I'm going to do. That was my plan.
Get some combat experience in you. And it'd be great for the channel.
Yeah, I'll just stream the whole thing the whole time.
Yep.
For sure I won't get any strikes for anything. It'll be great.
No, nothing. You're good.
It's fine.
You're golden, pony boy.
And you let
Does
the
that
rust
movie
blow
hold
your-
up? Does that movie hold up?
My daughter watched it like about 2 months ago at school and fucking loved it.
Hmm.
Like to the point that she begged my wife to buy her a leather jacket.
Wow.
So I'm assuming it holds up. My 13-year-old daughter fucking loved it.
Wait, what is
What movie?
this?
I haven't watched it in a very long time.
What movie?
What is this?
The Outsiders.
The Outside.
Oh, damn good movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I don't
I
think
just
I've seen
haven't
it.
watched it in like 25 years, you know?
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a really long time. It was probably in the 90s the last time I watched it. So
I don't think
Like
I've
we
seen
watched
it.
it in school for some reason. I don't remember why we watched that movie in
Outside.
school.
Have I seen that? Let me see.
Ugh. Getting old and reaching for things. Ugh. You'll get old too one day, boys and girls. Keep breathing. Or don't, and you won't. That's your choice. Russian Lives Matter, says the Bazook. Do you guys believe any media at all about what's going on right now?
no, of course
No.
not. Why would you?
Why would you?
In light of the fact that the government has basically come out and said, yes, we actually do propagandize you through the fucking media on a regular basis and have been doing it since 2001. Does no one know about this?
Penis.
Dude, there was
No.
what did they call it? Like the fact checkers do their fact check thing because there's the claim out in the media now that I forget how they phrased it because they always do a straw man argument, right? Like whatever the fucking thing that they're fact checking is, they don't actually fact check the hardest fucking most stringent argument that side's making about the thing. They straw man it. They take a weak side of the argument and prop it up and then knock it over easily. And they did the same thing with that. But yeah, dude, look that shit up. I forget what it's called. It's part of the Department of Homeland Security. Raw Feeding said, "Pistol's dirty again. Shot with dad tonight." That almost sounds like a dirty sentence.
See, it could have just been Dick's dirty again. Fucked a whore with dad tonight.
For all I know, that's what he meant.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Yeah. Well, guys, I do have some stuff that I need to get accomplished tonight, and it has been an hour and a half, which is normally about how long we go for the Gay Frog chat. So, unless someone has a pressing concern or something that they want to go over, real quick.
Gay.
I mean, besides their gay agenda on my chat, that's fine.
Yeah, I have nothing pressing against your leg.
Not right now, but you
Not
didn't.
right now.
Oh man, we need to meet up again sooner than later. That was fun.
Yep, we do. We
Hell
had
yeah.
fucking fun.
Oh, Raw Feeding says the PSA Glocks suck. Shot one for the first time tonight, and it sucked.
I almost bought one.
I'm glad I didn't now.
By the time they finally became available, I'd just lost interest. Like, had they come out when they were supposed to, I would have bought one. But no.
I know I've seen deals on just the slides for them.
Just glad I have a Canic, an actual gun that works. This has been the Awkward Silence chat. I hope you guys peace out. We'll see you tomorrow night for the free for all chat on Matt's channel. Hope you guys have a good one. Peace.
Penis.
Smoke a fat.